Hey guys, welcome back to my videos. Today's video will be a more serious topic. This is not going to be anything like my regular content, but I felt as though I couldn't continue making regular content, making fun content, making things I liked until I discussed the recent events going on in the world. I know I haven't posted for a while, and I know that I'm even late on this topic, but I feel as though you can't be late talking about a topic that is not a trend. This is an ongoing issue, and it has been an ongoing issue that will continue until serious change can be made. I have a cue card here that I'm going to be reading all my talking points about because there are just so many things to discuss. And I feel as though this video will serve as a prompt for some people to go get educated on what's going on, because I know I don't have a very big influence over anybody, but if my video prompts even one person to donate or to get themselves educated or anything, that I will feel like I have made a change or an impact on my future. So in case you haven't heard, I might stutter a lot in this video because I plan not to edit it. I don't want to edit anything in this video because this is a serious video. So if I stutter, please just ignore it. I'm just going to try to speak from the heart. In light of the recent events with George Floyd, a man from Minneapolis who was suffocated by a police officer, there has been a surge in protests, and there's been a surge of protests demanding change in the very flawed systems in America, and not just America, because I'm not American, I am Canadian, but not just in America, in Canada, and all over the world, for changes in systemic racism. And if you've been watching the news, which I don't think the news is a super credible source of everything that's been going on, but not just the news, but like if you've been going on Twitter or Instagram, anywhere, just trying to look more into this situation, I just wanted to speak on how it has been affecting me as a Black woman, and just speak on how not just systematic racism in so many different things, how racism is a factor in so many different things, how race is always a factor in so many different things. I have been trying to have conversations with people in my family about what's been going on, just so I can get a better grip of it for myself. And I don't think I know everything, and I always felt like I was informed as a Black woman, and I didn't realize so many things that I was going through that so many other Black people went through, the same things as I went through, or feeling the same things that I'm feeling right now. So whether you are, and I don't know everything, and I know that doing research for myself has bettered me, and I know more now than I think I have ever known about racism and how it has affected so many people's daily lives. But whether you are Black, white, whatever, Asian, I encourage you to just do some research on systemic racism and racism in America, Canada, whatever country you're from. Just look into racism and how you can do your part in fixing the broken system that is our world. But I wanted to touch on the impact racism has on a lot of the industries that I'm interested in, which happen to be acting, music, writing, and the influencer social media world. In acting, a lot of people might not realize that I realized it when I was young, and it is part of why I felt so insecure about my skin color. But there are not enough dark-skinned females represented on television. There just isn't, and a lot of the representation that we get is a lot of documentaries about being black and not black people just being. It's always about being black, about this, about that, not just being. How many TV shows do we have where there's a black female main character who just is and is not about this or about that, just is. There's always like an underlying thing. There's never, if they're on TV, it's never a dark skin black woman. It is like a brown skin black woman or a light skin black woman. And no hate to any brown skin or light skin black women, but there's not enough representation for dark skinned females. And I don't want to consider myself dark skin. I just know there's not enough representation for people who are darker skinned than me. Like, I don't even think, like, there's just not enough representation in the industry, and that's all. That there's not enough representation in the media at all. That's an issue that you will find everywhere, and not just acting, but in a lot of other spaces. And because of the lack of representation, it impacted me as a child because I never saw anyone who looked like me on TV. So I just wanted to look like who I saw on TV all the time. And it severely impacted how I felt, how insecure I felt about my race. And I think that we need to make a greater strides and steps in how we view black women and how much we put black women into our society and integrate, because you can't just exclude a whole group of people from a space and then call it inclusive. The other industry I want to talk about is music, because the music industry always finds a way to be harder on black women. Everything a black woman does. So let's talk about, I'm just going to use her as an example, as Lizzo. And I know Lizzo has done some things in the past and stuff like that, so I'm not saying, this is not me defending her as a person, this is just me putting an example out there. Lizzo, for everything that she does, she gets attacked and everything. The internet loves to tear her to shreds, especially when she wears it, when that whole stunt where she wore the outfit to a basketball game, which was like a revealing outfit to a basketball game. I don't agree with what she did. I don't think she should have worn that outfit to a basketball game. But if you think of how many other celebrities have worn provocative outfits, and think of how much people hated on Lizzo for doing that, and how much people hate on other people for wearing provocative outfits in public. It was not that it was that people ranged so much harder on Lizzo than they have on other celebrities. Which I don't think she should have worn the outfit to the basketball game. It wasn't the best setting to wear it to, but the internet tore her to shreds when they didn't tear Miley Cyrus to shreds for wearing other outfits. I don't want to say her name because I don't want to provoke people to get mad at me. Miley stands to come for me, but other celebs have worn provocative outfits to a lot of public events, and they haven't gotten nearly as much hate as she did for that one incident. The other space I like to talk about is the author, not just author too, but the writing, the book industry, everything. There's such a lack, not a lot of lack of, but there's such a lack of appreciation for black writers, because there's so much. I could do a whole video on all of these topics, which I probably will in the future, touching on them lightly, how there's such an expectation from black writers, and how black writers are again judged and critiqued so much more heavily. Not just black writers, a bunch of different people of color writers are critiqued so much more heavily than white writers. And I think it's a very, like, it's complex with people. I heard this, I think it was like on Twitter or something like that, where it's like people care more about POC in books than actual POC writers, and it's like no one cares about the people of color writers, the black writers, but they always care about the reputation in the books. But as for the actual writers, nobody cares enough. And I can make a whole video about this. I'm getting very heated right now, but I need to move on. And lastly is the influencer social media world. I could make multiple videos about this one because it is a very prevalent topic. That didn't make any sense. That was not the right word choice for that. But in the influencer and social media world, black women, dark-skinned black women in particular, are looked at as to be something that's ugly, something that's not pretty, unless you are one of the hand-picked ones that is now considered pretty or beautiful. Dark-skinned black women are not considered pretty. They're not considered beautiful. And not only that, but it not only has that, not just in the social media world, but in general in the world, we're viewed as less than, as not beautiful, as just less than in general. And that hindered my confidence so much as a young girl, when people would just, if it hurt that when people just wouldn't find you pretty, or you wouldn't see yourself in your favorite clothing store or ads, you wouldn't see yourself in TV, you wouldn't see yourself anywhere, because the world views black women as ugly when we are not. We are not ugly, we're beautiful human beings. And it took me a long time to realize that, because it's not shown enough. It's not pushed in the media enough, so that you're almost like made to believe that you are less than simply because of the color of your skin, because of your features, because of your hair. And that's not just in the social media world, but that's also very prevalent in black communities, that we are less than. And these are such heavy topics that I'll probably have to make videos about all on their own, because they're big issues in the world. Because race is always a factor into everything when it shouldn't have to be. And I'm getting really heated right now. I need to just calm down for a second, because I don't want for this video to be too long, and I'm not going to edit it. The second I'm done filming this, I'm going to post it, because I feel like I've held off too long already from posting this video, though it should have been posted before. And I hope I articulated myself correctly in some ways. I know I sounded a little shaky in some parts of the video, but I hope that doesn't bug your viewing experience. In the description box below, I will have links to places to donate. Black Lives Matter. I'll have a link for places to donate and petitions to sign, and I will link in videos on, if you're a kid like me and you can't vote, I will link videos that you can watch that will donate the AdSense to Black Lives Matter, Yemen, and Palestine, the crises that are also going on in the world. And I encourage you to get yourself educated on those. I encourage you to educate yourself on those issues too. I'm not, only reason I didn't speak about it in this specific video is because I have not educated myself properly on every single topic, and I don't want to speak on it till I'm fully educated. And also, yeah, in the links, there will be a link to donate to George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, because we still have not gotten justice for Breonna Taylor. They won't even arrest the cops who killed her. Arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. That's it. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching my video. I know it was a little more of a heavy topic. Like I said before, there will be links in the description for petitions and places to donate, and for videos to watch if you are a kid who cannot donate. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.